Welcome to the 2020 graduation ceremony for the distance learning graduates of the World Maritime University.
Our President, Dr. Cleopatra Doumbia Henry, will now deliver the opening address.
It has become a cliche to say that you are going to face a new normal. But this is a simple and basic truth. The pandemic has had a terrible effect on members of our community, whether seafarers who have not been able to disembark from their vessels and return home, or the companies that power our world and its essential commerce. However, after destruction comes rebuilding. The effects of the pandemic have allowed us to all continue to take advantage of the opportunities, to calibrate our activities, and to consider whether the old established ways are proper and useful for the coming decades. You, the class of 2020, you will be the vanguard in the rebuilding process. With your expertise, your knowledge, and your experience, we will all rely on you to lead the way into the future. You are the citizens of our globalized world. The future is in your hands. You know and you understand the benefits of international law, sustainable development, secure governance, the fight against climate change, among many other subject areas. You are ambassadors for the whole of the United Nations system, and you are the opinion formers who will work to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals of the UN. Please bring this knowledge in the to your rebuilding processes so that your values are embodied in the new tomorrow. I am very pleased that 54 distance learning students in the class of 2020 have registered to take part in this virtual graduation ceremony. It is dedicated to celebrating the success of all 63 distance learning students, including 22 women who are graduating this year. By the end of 2020, the world will have an additional 226 experts who hold WMU qualifications, and in total, will bring the number of graduates of WMU to 5,393 of you from 170 countries, of whom 1,178 are women. I am truly honored to have played my part in our achievement. And I want to congratulate you on the great efforts that you have made working while studying at WMU. I would like to take this opportunity to thank our donors, our sponsors, and our supporters who have made it possible for WMU to continue to deliver on its mandate and to provide high quality international maritime and oceans education. To the government of Sweden and the city of Malmo, our generous hosts, to our very generous donors who fund our professorial chairs and contribute to our operating costs, and to the employers who have contributed to the cost of your studies, we offer our thanks and appreciation. These supporters make a unique experience of WMU possible. They have maintained their support for the university for students of the class of 2020-2021. And this is a clear demonstration of the value and the worth of WMU and its graduates to the entire world. But many of you have funded your own studies. And to you, I wish to extend my deepest thanks. And I hope for you, this was money well spent in your own education, your own growth, and your development. It is my deepest hope that you have received the best that we can offer, that can be offered by the apex academic institution of the IMO, the World Maritime University, your academic institution. As always, at graduation, we often are saying goodbye, but we also are sure that we will come, our paths will cross at some time in the future. So what I say is, it is but an au revoir. It is not an adieu. We are very proud of the class of 2020, of your group of graduating students, of the futures that lie before you, and of the international impact that you will undoubtedly have as you take your expertise and put them into practice. You bear on your shoulders great responsibilities. Everyone who graduates from WMU will take those responsibilities forward. And I am confident that you will have great impact on our world. Thank you so much.
Our guest of honour is the Mayor and Chairperson of the Malmo City Council, Ms. Karina Nilsson, and I invite your attention to her address.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the City of Malmo, I would say a big congratulations to you all students here today. Due to the COVID, we cannot gather like we normally would, but this didn't stop us from celebrating this important occasion, your graduation. We are proud of the World Maritime University and very pleased sponsors of the university. We think that it's wonderful that the UN's only building in Sweden is your university, and all the knowledge which is built in there is impressive. The UN Sustainable Development Goals are guiding stars both for the City of Malmö and for the Maritime University. We are at the core of everything we do. We as a city work hard to ensure that our residents know what that happens globally impact us here locally, and also the reverse. What we do here has a direct impact on the surrounding world. Goals like number 14, which highlight the need for protect and to use the ocean and the maritime resources in a sustainable way, are goals which we share. And I wish that you all have that with you in the future. And I also want to highlight goal number 5, gender equality. It's important for the city, and I know it's also for the university. We as a city have a history and a development which is closely linked to the water, from the herring fishing to a harbor that we have invested a lot in. The ocean is important for our city, but as you all know, the role of water and the oceans are also becoming more and more important in global politics. This is just one of the many areas in which you will have an important role to play in the years to come. We know find it extra fitting that our diversity has been the host of such a diverse student body, and I hope that you have feel that there is someone in Malmo who speaks your language perfect and that help you to feel very welcome here in the city. Malmo is often described as a young, modern and global city. Indeed, these are the very same characteristics that could describe the World Maritime University students. I am extra honored as a representative for the city to congratulate all of you to have finished your education this year. I remember seeing some of you unexpectedly outside a building a few weeks ago, and I could feel your happiness at that day, and I share the joy with you, and I want to say that we are very proud of your accomplishments. Now, this part of the journey is coming to an end, and as you all start your next chapter in life, I want to remind you that you are the future leaders within the maritime field and that we have very high expectations for you all. And you have the latest knowledge and the whole world as your field of work. I do hope that Malmo has a special place in your heart, and either if you stay here more or you will come back to visit you here, I will really say welcome back again to Malmo. So I just finish to saying thank you for your hard work and the best of luck to you all, and once again a big congratulations from the entire city of Malmo.
The Chancellor of the University, Mr. Ki-Tak Lim, Secretary General of the International Maritime Organization, will now deliver his graduation address.
Dear graduate, it is a great pleasure for me to address you on this very prestigious occasion. Your graduation is a culmination of many months of hard work. And even in today's new normal, it is a joyous and inspiring occasion. I know you all have been affected by the COVID-19 pandemic, which has also had an unprecedented impact on the shipping industry and the seafarers. I have received regular briefings from the President since March this year on the steps taken by the university to ensure health and safety of each student and the successful completion of the academic year. I know this year it is impossible due to current measures in place in Sweden to hold usual magnificent graduation ceremony that many of you saw last year. However, by managing to arrange dedicated online ceremonies, the university has done its utmost effort to ensure that this momentous step in your lives is marked and your achievements are celebrated. I extend my wholehearted congratulations to you for your remarkable achievement. Over the course of the 2020 graduation ceremonies, 224 maritime professionals will receive their degrees and diplomas, bringing the total number of WMU graduates to 5,380. Together, you form a mighty international network and a great force for good in the world. You know, you can rely on each other, on those who came before you, and on the faculty and the staff who have accompanied you on the journey. I express my heartfelt appreciation to all organizations and institutions that provide support to the university to achieve its mission. I'd like to recognize the government of Sweden and the city of Malmo, which has hosted and immensely supported the university since 1983. My deepest gratitude goes to the international donors who have provided fellowships for the class of 2020. particularly the Nippon Foundation, the ITF Seafarers Trust, the TK Foundation, Orient Fund, Stena Rederi, GARD AS, the Norwegian Seafarers Union, the MPA Academy of Singapore, the Government of Australia, Germany, the Republic of Korea, Norway, and South Africa, as well as many governments which have sponsored their employees. Dear graduate, as a WMU graduate myself, I'm sure that journey at WMU will have a profound impact on your rest of lives. You, the class of 2020, have been equipped with the necessary skill to contribute effectively to the realization of IMO's goal. You had the privilege of being trained at WMU. You are now ready to take your places on the great stage of the world maritime and ocean sectors. I trust you to use your new expertise for the benefit of all of us, and you will foster sustainable development in support of the achievement of the UN Sustainable Development Goals. When you are advising or representing your country, or when you are negotiating with the international partners, you will rely on the education and training that you have received at World Maritime University. I would like you all to keep in mind the UN General Assembly resolution on the ocean and the law of the sea, which for the 12th consecutive years recognized WMU work and encouraged the maritime community at large to continue to support its mission. Dear graduate, the future is yours. You are the next generation of maritime leaders. You have been equipped to work in the international maritime and ocean community. Its success rests on your shoulders. The maritime sector will lead considerable efforts from all of you to support recovery and to rebuild after the pandemic. I believe that this rebuilding could not rest in better hands. Do not forget, it will be our concerted effort that will ensure that our beautiful oceans are passed on to future generations, and that the shipping industry maintain the course to achieve sustainable shipping for a sustainable planet. I congratulate you on your achievement and hope to meet you all in person on future occasions. Thank you.
The President will now make her statement of authority.
If we may ask to...
Sorry, I just realized I was on on mute. Sorry. I'll have to start all over again. By the authority vested in me by the Charter, statutes, and rules of the World Maritime University, I hereby admit you to the degree of Master of Laws or to the postgraduate diploma as approved by the Academic Council, and confirm that you are entitled to all rights, privileges, and prerogatives pertaining thereto.
Conferred with the degree of Master of Laws in International Maritime Law. Mona Al-Bouquet, Syrian Arab Republic.
I admit you.
Desmond Dudu, Nigeria.
I admit you.
Ian Harrison, United Kingdom.
I admit you.
Leonard Adewale Jones, Nigeria.
I admit you.
Conferred with the postgraduate diploma in Executive Maritime Management. Awarded with distinction. Angela Anzolatos, Australia.
I admit you.
Ola Nesset Brødemoen, Norway.
I admit you.
Dmitro Bulas, Ukraine.
I admit you.
Valery Ishchuk, Russian Federation.
I admit you.
Rahul Kapoor, India.
I admit you.
Nicholas Kouvaras, Greece.
I admit you.
Shota Kusu, Japan.
I admit you.
Liao Jining, China.
I admit you.
Rebecca Mercado, United Kingdom.
I admit you.
Awarded with distinction. Ornelas Nicholas Rodriguez, Australia.
I admit you.
Olympia Saraiva, Angola.
I admit you.
Taru Sone, India.
I admit you.
Mohammad Rahat Suman, Bangladesh.
I admit you.
Rohit Verma, India.
I admit you.
Conferred with the postgraduate diploma in International Maritime Law. Alicia Clarinik Bodie, Bahamas.
I admit you.
Silvia Cabrera Rosendo, Spain.
I admit you.
Awarded with distinction. Natasha May Clark, United Kingdom.
I admit
Michael Kastrinakis, Australia.
I admit you.
Awarded with distinction. Liu Yufang, Singapore.
I admit you.
Liao Fang, China.
I admit you.
Manish Mohan Maheshwari, India.
I admit you.
Cecilia Ndanu Ndeti, Kenya.
I admit you.
Jesper Hartvig Nielsen, Denmark.
I admit you.
Scott Joseph Oakes, United Kingdom.
I admit you.
Agatha Anolika Okeke, Nigeria.
I admit you.
Apaemi Nelson Otaji, Nigeria.
I admit you.
Pinky Dineo Pieta, South Africa.
I admit you.
Muzaffer Sarakaya, Turkey.
I admit you.
Yogeshwaran Selvaraja, Malaysia.
I admit you.
Otobong Sunday Umo, Nigeria.
I admit you.
Pavel Vasilyev, Russian Federation.
I admit you.
Ruth Mwamuru Waika, Kenya.
I admit you.
Sofia Zarubenko, Russian Federation.
I admit you.
Conferred with the postgraduate diploma in marine insurance. Franziska Diaz, Germany.
I admit you.
Lukas Janusz Luwanski, Poland.
I admit you.
Karim Mchish, United States of America.
I admit you.
Dmitry Yakushev, Russian Federation.
I admit you.
Yang Guang, Singapore.
I admit you.
Conferred with the postgraduate diploma in maritime energy. Debasish Damadas Bhattacharjee, India.
I admit you.
Nidhi Gupta, India.
I admit you.
Naila Achele R. King, Barbados.
I admit you.
Notakara Abdul Rahman Mohammed Idris, India.
I admit you.
Loreto Reyes Jr., United States of America.
I admit you.
Ryan Salamati, Germany.
I admit you.
Awarded with distinction. Hamid Reza Sultani Mutlaq, Iran.
I admit you.
Mohammed Asid Zula, Fiji.
I admit you.
Conferred with the postgraduate diploma in maritime safety and security. Antonio Jesus Avila Jordan, Spain.
I admit you.
Agniman Stephanie Essanin, Côte d'Ivoire.
I admit you.
Shelley Ann Marshall, Trinidad and Tobago.
I admit you.
Marino Santiago Diaz, Spain.
I admit you.
We now come to a special part of the program where awards are made to individual graduates in recognition of their outstanding academic or individual performance. For the Informa Law Lloyd's Maritime Academy Prize for the best student enrolled on a program taught by distance learning. Hamid Reza Sultani Mutlaq in maritime energy. For the Richard Charvet Bursary, awarded by the Worshipful Company of World Traders, for a student enrolled on the postgraduate diploma in international maritime law. Natasha Clark. For the Richard Charvet Bursary, awarded by the Worshipful Company of World Traders, for a student enrolled on the Master of Laws program in international maritime law. Daniel Smith. This ceremony is now coming to an end. It has been an extraordinary ceremony for extraordinary times. Nothing, however, changes the university's pride in its graduates. Thank you for joining us here today. From the whole maritime community in Malmo, we wish you all the very best for the future, and we look forward to being able to meet you in person when times permit. Thank you, and goodbye for now.